Have you ever wondered why we long most for those who pull away? Why the noblest gestures, when given without restraint, become invisible? The more you try to prove you're worthy of love, the less worthy you feel. Machiavelli once said, "Men forget the death of their father more quickly than the loss of their inheritance." It's not just about politics. It's about human nature, value, scarcity, desire. Love is a silent war between presence and absence, showing too much and hiding just enough. How many times have you given everything and received almost nothing? Bent yourself over to be chosen, only to be ignored? The error might be in the verb to choose. A man who needs to be chosen has already lost his sovereignty. This isn't about pickup tricks or hollow self-help lines. What you'll hear are 5 Machiavellian principles, not meant to seduce, but to restore power, not to manipulate, but to attract, by becoming the kind of man women desire to be around, not for what you do, but for who you are. Machiavelli here isn't just a strategist. He's the surgeon of the wounded ego, the shattered mirror of masculinity. And if something inside you still pulses quietly, like an exiled king waiting to reclaim his throne, this journey is yours. But beware, these 5 rules won't comfort you. They'll challenge you, because freedom hurts. There's a kind of man who doesn't need to speak to be noticed. He doesn't force charm or seek validation. He is enough simply by being. This isn't arrogance. It's existential strategy. Machiavelli wrote not about romance, but about power. And love is the wildest frontier of power. A man must aim to be loved and feared, but if forced to choose, better to be feared. Not in cruelty, but in presence. In being rare, untouchable, respected. Most men make the fatal mistake of offering their presence too easily. Always available, always agreeable. But both love and power must be earned, not begged for. Women crave what isn't fully theirs, what is not easily read, what doesn't orbit around them, but pulls them into another orbit. So the first rule is, become the prize. Don't chase, attract. Don't explain, embody. Create a life so full, so sovereign, that anyone wanting to join it must qualify for it. You're not pretending. You're becoming. You're not indifferent. You're whole. Whole men don't chase. They walk a path, and those who love them follow alongside. True desire is born from authentic scarcity. When your time and energy are rare, because you are consumed with building your kingdom, that's when she feels your absence as a weight, and she returns. What truly seduces is not the overshare, but the mystery. Men who reveal too much too soon become emotionally predictable. What is fully known loses its magic. Don't dump your emotional biography at the first dinner. The books we finish in a night are rarely read again. But the ones that leave questions, they haunt us for years. Machiavelli said a wise leader never reveals all his intentions. The same applies in love. Not out of fear, but strategy. Keep some stories sacred, some wounds unexplained, some dreams hinted, not told. This isn't coldness, it's reverence. The mystery is what builds the fantasy. And fantasy is the architecture of desire. Be like a dimly lit room in an ancient mansion. Each door she opens reveals something new, but never the whole. Show fragments, but protect the core. Let her see strength, not all your scars. Give access to your garden, but keep the sanctuary locked. For now. Because what is sacred must be earned. There's a moment familiar to many men. No reply, no message, no sign. So you text again. Did I do something wrong? This is the moment when attraction dies. Not because you care, but because you can't contain your desperation. Emotion without control invites contempt. No matter how much you say you love her, if it's wrapped in anxiety and urgency, it repels rather than attracts. The man who governs his emotions doesn't repress them, he rules them. He bleeds inside but stands tall, because stability is magnetic. Calm is powerful. He doesn't beg for answers, doesn't explode at silence. He breathes, reflects, acts. Not because he's cold, but because he's sovereign. This kind of man is rare, a tree in the storm. He sways but never snaps. That's the man women want to lean on. But he isn't born overnight. It takes practice, failure, pain. But in mastering emotion, you become more than a man. You become a king. Too many men confuse patience with submission, kindness with apathy. But every time you tolerate disrespect in silence, you chip away at your self-worth. In love, as in war, sovereignty is lost not in battles, but in small, silent concessions. Respect is the womb of desire. A woman may flirt with a man she pities, but she doesn't desire him. True desire grows where there are boundaries. Set your sacred line, not with threats, but with calm clarity. A soft but firm "that doesn't work for me" is often more powerful than any outburst. It says, "I value myself, treat me as such." This disarms, fascinates, and inspires pursuit. Not out of fear, but deep respect. Because when you're willing to lose her rather than betray yourself, she realizes you're not a boy needing love. You're a man offering a path. And those who test your limits and find a wall of quiet dignity, they don't walk away. They step closer.